I don't talk a lot about school on this channel, but fun fact, ever since I started making videos about 2 years ago, I have been a full-time student at a local high school in my area. The fact that I've been a full-time student and also running different businesses for pretty much the past 4 years, I think makes my high school experience super unique. So today, we're gonna talk about it. Starting all the way from my freshman year of high school to now being done with my senior year at the time this video is posted, let's talk about my high school experience, all the way from getting in trouble to what types of grades I got in school, the businesses I started, and finally, we might even touch a little bit on my plans for next year when it comes to going to college. First things first, in my freshman year of high school, things started off pretty fun. From grades kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade, I went to a small Catholic school with only 300 students in the entire school, so going from that to a high school with 1,000 people was definitely a big change, and I absolutely loved it because that brings a lot of opportunities to make some money. One thing I did to make money during my freshman year of high school was to sell candy to the students at my school. This wasn't only a great way to make money as a 14-year-old, but it was also a great way to meet new people, since pretty much every day I was hitting up people in my classes, in the hallways, and of course in the cafeteria during lunchtime asking if they wanted to buy candy, and half the time I'd never seen the people before in my life, and it was an awesome way to spark up conversation. This business eventually scaled up to roughly $30 per day in revenue until someone snitched to the feds, aka my vice principal, and from there, all my candy selling product was seized. I was given a warning, and finally, I stopped selling candy until 2 years later when the teacher who originally got me in trouble left my school. The rest of my freshman year continued on pretty normal from there. I participated in the soccer team for my high school, and I also did wrestling, even though I wasn't that good since I was like 10 pounds under the lightest weight class. Nonetheless, freshman year was the only year I participated in extracurricular activities, not because I didn't enjoy them, but after freshman year, I started making money, and it wasn't worth the time commitment anymore. Finally, during my freshman year of high school, I also started a YouTube channel, not about finances, but more about vlogs relating to my daily life. I talked about the hamster I had at the time, George, and I even talked about me selling candy at school. This channel didn't get more than 500 subscribers in the year I posted videos, but I eventually quit and deleted all of the videos on my channel after my best friend Christian snitched to someone on the soccer team that I had a YouTube channel. The worst part about him finding my YouTube channel was back when I had this channel, I had this super cringy intro that went something like, "What is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another video." So whenever people from my soccer team would see me in my school hallway, they would literally yell that intro as loud as possible where everyone could hear it, and at the time it was kind of embarrassing, even though nowadays I honestly wouldn't care at all. Fast forward 4 years though, although I gave up on that channel initially, I started a new one, which is this channel, about 6 months later, and it now makes me quite a lot of money. So literally what they make in 2 weeks working at McDonald's is what I make in a day from this YouTube channel, and I don't say that to sound like a jerk, but they weren't really the nicest people to me during my freshman year of high school, and aside from just the money thing, I feel like I've impacted a lot more people than just serving fries at McDonald's. Sophomore year of high school was a year a lot changed for me. I started this YouTube channel along with some other businesses that built my income up to over $1,000 per month. I got my driver's license, which was a huge help for all the businesses I was doing. And finally, I decided to stop doing school activities. First things first, let's talk about the phone flipping side hustle. This was a business I started at age 15 as a sophomore in high school. And to get started with this business, all you gotta do is post ads on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or even OfferUp saying that you pay cash for Apple products. From there, people will reach out to you with devices to sell, and it's your job to offer them 30 to 40% less for the device than it's selling for on eBay sold listings. Then you can take the device and resell it on eBay for a profit. This business model works a lot better than most of you guys think, especially if you live close to a lower income area like I do. A lot of times people are struggling for money and they want quick cash for their phone, so they're willing to sell it for a lot less than it's actually worth. Throughout my sophomore year of high school, I was picking up phones to resell practically every single day. The way I would do this is during class in the morning, I would post ads on Craigslist, OfferUp, and Facebook Marketplace. I would negotiate with customers throughout the day, and then finally after school, I would go pick up a phone from some profitable people that I ended up talking to throughout the day. Before I had a car, I would pay my friends anywhere between $20 and $30 to drive me to the phone meetups, and sometimes my parents were nice enough to drive me when they were home from work, and guess what? what? The nice thing about it is I didn't have to pay them anything. They did it for free. I continued doing this business seriously for about 18 months until I moved on to bigger and better things, but more importantly, as I was doing phone flipping, I documented my journey step by step on this YouTube channel, Financial Wolf. Although phone flipping videos didn't really get me anywhere on YouTube, they got me my first 800 subscribers. I learned how to get comfortable on camera, and it was definitely the start to something much bigger. Junior year was a breakout year for me. My YouTube channel went from 1,000 to 25,000 subscribers. My income went up to $3,000 per month. And finally, the coronavirus pandemic allowed me to take a step away from school to focus on my businesses full time. Junior year was also the year I got into a lot of beef with my school administrators for selling things like candy, fake AirPods, fake Gucci, and I even made some videos starting Shopify dropshipping businesses in class. This whole beef started when, for old time's sake, I made a video of me selling candy at school for 1 week since it made me good money as a freshman in high school, and I decided, why don't I show kids how to make money at school? So I made the video, it blew up, exceeded my wildest expectations since it hit over 1 million views, and then I got called into the office and got in trouble with the feds, aka my school administrators. I think it's finally time to tell that story since by the time this video will be posted, I'm already done with high school, so who cares if the administrators involved see this. My first time getting caught selling candy at school was caused by someone snitching on me. I know, typical of my school, so many Tekashi 6ix9ines roll in the hallways.
Listen, I snitched, I ratted.
I got called into the office. The teacher was pretty cool about it. He pretty much just told me that I shouldn't be selling candy at school. I got a warning and the video got over 1 million views, so guess what? I kept selling candy, baby. No consequences. Your boy's gonna keep selling candy. I ended up making another 3 or 4 more videos of me selling candy at school over the next month, and I even did something crazy where I brought a whole ass cooler into school to sell drinks. At this point, my channel was absolutely blowing up. I was finally making money on YouTube, and I honestly didn't even care if I was gonna get in trouble for it, since that's just content for the channel, baby. This is how I thought I'd react until one day my programming teacher comes up behind me, grabs my big bag of candy along with me, and then takes me up to the in-school suspension room. This was a pretty rough moment since once I arrived there, I spent about an hour sitting in the in-school suspension room in complete silence. The lady in that room was definitely not nice to me, and then eventually I was walked into the office and told I can't sell candy at school ever again once again. I wasn't really planning on listening, but at this point the teachers were so on my ass about me selling candy that even if I tried to sell candy, I probably wasn't going to get away with it. So as a typical person with entrepreneur in their Instagram bio does,
entrepreneurship,
I decided to innovate by selling candy at other schools during my school's basketball and football games. This venture also didn't last very long as another school's principal yelled at me in the video I made linked up here, and I had to have a meeting at my school with my parents, pretty much promising that I would never sell candy ever again at my school or other schools. A few months after that, I started doing videos of me Shopify dropshipping, a lot of times in class, and I pretty much needed to have my phone on me at all times for those videos so that I could close deals with Instagram theme page owners. One of my English teachers absolutely hated that I was always using my phone, so she snitched me out to my principal, and I had to drop off my phone every single day in the morning in the office, and I wasn't allowed to pick it up until 2:35 p.m. when school ended. I feel like it's a recurring thing in this video of me doing my own thing, making money, and then boom, Tekashi 6ix9ine comes out and snitches on me. At least in the household I grew up with my siblings, if you snitch on someone, you best be prepared to get 1-2 Mayweathered or Nate Robinson. So for that reason, I never really snitched on my siblings because, trust me guys, my sister was definitely really scary. She could beat my ass in like 2 seconds, and she's 5'2". This punishment only lasted for about 2 weeks because after that point, mid-March of 2020 hit, and as long as you guys are watching this video within the next decade, you already know at that point, the coronavirus hit the entire United States. Schools were closed throughout the rest of the year, and I was able to focus on my business full time. I didn't really care about the punishment anyway, since my school only got my old iPhone 7 that didn't even work. They never got my actual phone because you already know I'm still going to be conducting business at school. Senior year of high school has been another really weird year for me. I spent most of the year up until 3 weeks ago in a hybrid schedule, which means I go to school every Tuesday and Friday, and then the other days I have to do homework if I have any. This was honestly super nice, especially since I only need 1 credit to graduate, and I only took 3 classes throughout my entire senior year. This meant even on the days I did need to go to school, I got to leave at 10 a.m. since I didn't take a full load of classes, and that gave me way more time to focus on my YouTube channel and other businesses. Looking back at it, this was one of the best decisions I ever made since I've had so much more time to make videos for you guys. I was able to grow my channel from 25,000 to 80,000 subscribers, and finally my income has gone up quite a bit since I've been able to open up some other businesses to help me make more money, and my YouTube channel has continued to get more and more views pretty consistently every single month. My income went up quite a bit from last year to roughly $7,000 in a good month, and hopefully if things continue to grow throughout the rest of the year, I could hopefully cross that 6-figure mark. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do it, but hey, at 18 years old, that's pretty good. With that in mind, I want to take the end of this video to answer some common questions I get asked all the time, such as, am I going to college? And also, what kind of grades did I get in high school? Well, let's take a look right now. Right now, I'm sharing with you guys my grades for my high school transcript, and as you can see, throughout my freshman and sophomore year of high school, my grades were practically all A's. Then in my junior year, it was mostly A's with some B's, and now in my senior year, it's mostly B's with some A's. Not bad whatsoever. I have never been a believer that just because you're doing good making money doesn't mean you don't need to try in school, because it honestly doesn't really take that much effort for me to focus on school while mainly prioritizing my businesses. All I make sure I do is I pay semi-attention in class, I do the homework, and finally, I don't really study too much other than looking at the stuff that we're going to be tested on about 30 minutes prior to taking the test. Now guys, as for my college decision, I don't want to say too much right now since nothing is set in stone, but as for right now, the plan is to go to a college a few hours away part-time while I focus on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be going hard on YouTube throughout that time, so be ready for a ton of awesome content. I definitely don't have everything figured out with my life right now, but we're gonna figure it out together. I hope you stick around. I'm probably not gonna stop making videos anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and peace out.